Hey y'all, I'm Dr. Leah, and this is And I Should Care Because, the podcast where we talk about higher education, policy changes, and all those things, and I help you navigate them one news story at a time. So always make sure to check the description box below, because at the very least, I post a link to the story or opinion piece that I read that inspired this little podcast, alright? So always check that out. Sometimes I post other things too, resources or, maybe several links because there could be several stories that inspire this topic. So always check that out and read for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. Read for yourself. Okay. Today's topic is, what if we reimagined course offerings at colleges? There was an opinion piece that I read where someone talked about different ways that we can change up course offerings so that they're actually more relevant and you have more experience when you leave with your degree. And it made my heart leap because I was like, whoa, I'm not the only person who thinks about stuff this way. Cool, there's like two of us, probably more, all right? But it made me really excited because once you start seeing that, in the news and there's more rumblings from below, then it means that maybe some change can start, some change is on the horizon. So that's exciting to me. But let's see if it's exciting to you, right? So picture it. You're in class. You just had lunch. It's warm in there. Your professor comes in, starts up that PowerPoint, and maybe 5 slides in, you're out. You wake up because you hear everyone leaving. You wipe off your face because, that sleep was good to you. And you're like, well, that happened. Wouldn't it be nice to not have that experience? Like maybe you went to class and you were excited about what you were going to do or what you're going to talk about, or that you knew what you were learning you were going to get to apply. That you'd have something to put on your resume, something that you leave the class with, some experience or some tangible thing like a portfolio that you could share with the grad school you're applying to or the job that you're applying to or whatever it is. Wouldn't that be nice? Instead of going and slowly dying inside several times a week, maybe you can learn things and be working on a project at the same time that has some real world relevancy. So for example, let's say maybe you're an econ major and you're talking about all these different theories and stuff, and you also get to choose, like research and choose an economic problem, or you get to go back in time and look at a crisis, right, and reanalyze it and say, okay, these were the signs that this was going to happen that no one saw. Or if I saw this sign, I would have reacted this way and it would have exacted this change and that change and that change. And so I see this today, so maybe we should do blase split XYZ. Actually applying what you're learning to real world problems that are in progress or things that happened in the past to help sharpen your ability to predict and forecast in the future. That's what you get to do in grad school, right? You get to apply what you know. And you're doing that with problems that no one has an answer for. You're making up the questions and then you're trying to answer them. But shouldn't you be able to do that in undergrad? I feel like undergrads just get the short end of the stick. It's like, oh, y'all don't know nothing, so you can't be solving no problems. And that's just not true. That's not true at all. And it's not fair. Because when you exit college with just a degree and no experience, the first thing that you smacked in the face with, aside from the student loans, is, oh, but you need 5 years of experience doing this. You need to have experience using this software. You need to have these skills. And it's like, but I just paid tens of thousands of dollars for a degree that's supposed to get me in. And now you're telling me that there's more requirements. This is my not happy face. So why not build those experiences into the classes? Maybe it doesn't work for everything, all right? But I think that there's a lot of classes where you can just have a project that you're working towards in a group or individually where you can apply what you're learning. And again, I get it. Maybe you can't do it at the same level for a 100 level course where you're just getting your feet wet, you're learning terminology, you're getting a real foundation. This is stuff that you've literally never encountered before. Bet, I get it. But you can incorporate primary literature. You can incorporate, hey, there's this problem in history that was solved this way. What you think? Could it have been solved a better way? Were there signs of this crisis before people started dealing with it and talking about it? What you think? What would you have done? That's practicing problem solving and critical thinking. And we can totally do that in an introductory class. And wouldn't that be more exciting than just showing up and being talked at for an hour and 15 minutes? I think so. Because look, I'm telling you, when you just had a meal and you go to a classroom, it's always hot. And they expect you to stay awake. That's not fair. I'm low key, and this is real talk. In the morning, like first thing, them 8 a.m. classes, when it's like, hey, you're supposed to go teach chemistry to people that still have crust in their eyes and they put their shoes on the wrong feet. That's not going to work. And the room is cold. It's always cold. Why is it cold? You just woke up. You had to wake up early. I was waking up at 5 in the morning so that I could do my thing, have some breakfast, park, and get to class. And then in class, I'm going to be cold. I'm colder in class than I am on the walk over. What are we doing? But then, once you get to the middle of the day and later, it's hot. Sahara Desert, noon sun, hot. Why? Can we please get it together? Anyway, back to the topic at hand. If you had some kind of incentive to understand the foundation of whatever field it is you're learning, if you had a project to work towards, if you knew that you were going to get to present your findings at a research conference or some kind of consortium where schools come together in the area that have similar classes and you get to present, you get to have a poster, you get to meet other people who are interested in doing similar things, you get to meet other professors that are in the same field and expand your network, find some mentors, job opportunities, maybe there's recruiters there. Like, it could be a big deal. And it would have so much more impact than just, yep, got an A in that course. Look at my GPA, y'all. I can read and regurgitate the same thing on an exam. Because that doesn't show that you know how to do anything. Just think about it. I mean, maybe it would be more work. Maybe. But if you're really getting all that college has to offer you in the first place, you're doing all of these things on your own time. So you have to do all of the classwork, some of which is busy work. Let's just be real. It's like, this paper does not have to be 10 to 12 pages. I can get it done in 6. But you asking me to add another 4 pages of blah, 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 just because you want it to be this length? Come on, man. So you're doing all of that work. And then on top of it, if you're really getting everything, you're going out and doing an internship, or you're doing independent research. You are building a network and talking with professors outside of class. You're trying to make connections through their network. You're going to the career center. You're going to, whatever academic resource center for tutoring or for, workshops to learn how to be a better learner. You're doing all of these other things on top of your course load. If we could take that, finding an internship and, the networking piece out of what you have to do on your own and build it into the curriculum in your major so that you're getting course credit and you have something tangible on the other side, doesn't that make more sense? I think it does. And the outcomes for students would be way better. Way better. Job placement would be better. It'd be amazing. And I think that you'd feel more fulfilled as a student because you're actually doing some work that people can see and recognize. What if you're in politics, right? Let's say that you're a poli-sci major and you get to do a project where you look at campus policies over time. You know, you look at them in this particular area, how a particular campus policy came to be. You do the research, you figure it out, and you look at the changes that occurred on campus when, as that policy, matured. And then maybe you get to work on a project where you propose a new policy and you project what the outcomes will be, how it will affect campus culture, how it will affect, them finances, because colleges care about that. Colleges are business. They are not altruistic. They are businesses, and they out there to get that paper. Okay? Board of Trustees, if they don't see no return on anything, they ain't happy. We're talking about colleges make money. Anyway, if you can look at all of the different outcomes from this policy change, predict what they might be, and maybe get a chance to follow it over the course of your career. Maybe you get to follow it for 2 years, or you get to present it to the board of trustees, to the president, to the C-suite, essentially, all the executive folks. Wouldn't that be cool? And if it's something that makes sense, it could be incorporated into campus policy. And that would be part of your legacy before you even got your diploma. Yeah, that's a mic drop right there. So, yes, it would probably be more work because you have to do the work to understand the foundation and do the work and research to apply and to think and analyze. But that's what you need to be trained to do. So why not get it done in class versus having to do the extra work outside of class? That's all I'm saying. We're going to leave it right here because I'm excited. This is something that really excites me. And I think it would be really helpful to students in general to have real world experience because then you can figure out if you like a major or not, if you like the field or not. So many people end up switching their major like junior year, or they graduate and they're like, I don't want to do this no more, but I just finished the degree because I was tired of paying. You don't want that to be you. So how can you do this now? How can you get this experience now instead of waiting for classes and course offerings to change? Well, one, if your GPA supports it, you can do an honors project. So whatever, the requirements are for honors in your major, figure those out. Talk to your academic advisor. And then say, all right, I've got an idea for a project. And then you can get honors. Why not? But let's say that your GPA ain't really that impressive, but you still want to do this project because you feel like it might invigorate you and help you to connect better to the classwork that you have to do. Talk to your academic advisor. You may still be able to work something out. You may still be able to do some kind of independent research or an independent project, potentially get course credit for it, even if it's not honors credit, and just do it on the side. Is it more work? Yeah. But it might be worth it to you. And it doesn't have to be a 4-year-long thing. It could just be one semester where you do research and then you write something up. And then you get to participate in whatever research symposium your college has for folks who do research. That's still something to put on your resume. It's still an experience that you have, and it's still building the skills that you need for after you graduate. So you have to think outside of the box and make these opportunities for yourself until they become a part of the very fabric of coursework. And how can you help that? Talk to the chair of your department, talk to the dean of the school that your department is in, and say, hey, it'd be really cool if we could have this. Get some other friends that you have together and be like, look, we got an idea for this class. Talk to the professor that teaches the class and say, hey, this class is dope. I have this idea that might even make it better. What you think? Can we do this on the side for extra credit? Can we develop this idea for extra credit? Can I work with you for independent research for course credit? Or you got some money to pay me? Can this be my work study job? Like, there's so many different things you can do to try to have this experience on your own and get something else out of it, like a paycheck, some course credit, something that you can put on your resume. So don't feel like you have to be boxed into what the college offers. You think about it like a buffet. Nobody gets mad at you if you want to put gravy on your ice cream. Now, I might judge you, but all the fixings are there for you to do what you want to do. So if you want to take some ham and put some chocolate sauce on it, then that's you. Don't offer me none. Don't look at me like I'm crazy for being like, what's that? What you? Okay. But if you want to use chocolate sauce like gravy, or use gravy like chocolate sauce, that's your business, man. That's up to you. Same thing with college. You can mix and match that boy how you want because you paid for it. You're paying for all the resources, all the classes, all the everything. So you better put sprinkles on your mashed potatoes, because that's how you get ahead. That's how you get more than just the degree. Before I get too crazy with the analogies, we gonna stop it right here, y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing this time with me. Please share in the comments your experiences if you've had any kind of a capstone course or something where you got to do something real, something relevant, something that added to your resume, where you got to present to some hoity-toity folks, or you got to go to a research conference or something like that. Share in the comments how you got there. Help somebody else out. And speaking of helping somebody else out, make it a great day. And if it ain't great for you, maybe you can make it great for somebody else. And that might make it even better for you. All right? So make it a great one. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.